I don't know about you, but I'm really tired of driving. I want to live in the city where the walkability is like 90 plus out of 100, where I'm next to like Wash Park, Bardo Coffee House, Denver Biscuit Company, and I'm able to house hack at the same time too. And lo and behold, I found something for the next potential house hacker that wants to live in the city of Denver. So after looking at this property and working out all the minor details of how to frame it, how to have a side-by-side non-conforming duplex, we could potentially have an Airbnb here in the city of Denver while we live in the property itself. So let's go look at the property itself. Let's see the layout and get an actual tour going because I filmed the whole place on the inside. And let's go look at the condition of the place while we look at the numbers right after that. So how do we actually make this work with a 1 bed, 1 bath on one side and a 2 bed, 2 bath on the other side? All right, so let's get into the thick of it. So here we are at 335 South Pennsylvania Street. It is in a prime location, if you ask me. Not too far away from Wash Park. I'd say maybe like 7, 8 blocks away. And then looking into the South Broadway area, oh my gosh, why even eat at home when you have all these different kinds of eateries here, especially Lucille's, literally across the street. Well, maybe not literally, but literally a 1 minute walk, 2 minutes walk. Candlelight Tavern for cocktails, Pho House over here, Blackbird Public House, Mr. Oso in Wash Park, Uncle, my favorite ramen place. There's a lot of cool things about this place already, especially just for the location aspect of it. Here's this little area here. What park is this? Can anyone tell me what this is? Maybe it's like a golf course or something like that. But Wash Park is not too far away from here. So there we are. There's Wash Park. Also illegal Pete's, Voodoo Donuts. It's insane. And I would probably go to Bardo Coffee House like every day just to do some work. I love this place. That is simply just the location of it. I do not doubt the rentability of this place, especially with it being right off West Alameda and going right onto the 25 right after. I mean, like within 2 minutes, you're on the 25. And Home Depot's right there if you got anything that you have to work on within the house. Crazy. I love it. So I actually did a vlog tour of this place, and I want to show you guys what this place is all about. So on the outside, it looks great. You got some good paint here, freshly coated paint. You got 2 entrances here, which is the main reason why I wanted to bring this up with you guys. Also the location, and I'm all about the walkability of a certain property. So looking at different angles of the living room itself, the door looks great. That's the listing agent over there, Jackie. She's just telling me a little bit about the property, the character behind it, and it's absolutely lovely. I'm not sure when it was built exactly. So there's a fireplace there and it's staged really nice as well. So we will go upstairs eventually, but there's a lot of light coming in, which I really enjoy. Hardwood floors look great, proper heating in there. It was a little bit chilly outside and I did not feel it as I was inside. So looking at the fireplace, looks great, accented with that black color. It definitely reminds me of my 1950s build or 1930s build San Diego place, my other house hack or first house hack. It has that curvature of the archways here and going right into the dining room. Staged really nice, like I said. On the very left, it goes into this sort of study room, which I believe will be potentially a kitchenette. Chandelier looks great. And then going right into the kitchen. So, well, actually, bathroom first. So, bathroom might need some updating, but nonetheless, like it's not necessary. It looks fine as is. The lights look great. Bathtub does need some like help with it. The grout, the tile, and all that good stuff just looks dated. Great nonetheless. Definitely operatable, and it's a typical bathroom situation. Now, going into the kitchen, I love the kitchen. On the opposite side of the kitchen is the breakfast nook. There is the main bedroom in the background there, but also looking at the appliances. Appliances look great. Some decent size kitchen work here. Big countertops. A lot of counter space. Got the gas stove. Looks lovely, and it goes into the basement over there. But all in all, I think this looks great so far, right? So here is the second entrance. I love those decals right there. It just makes it look a little bit more antique-ish. The previous owners definitely took care of it, or at least the current owners definitely took care of it. It's an off-market property, going to be listed at 875 this Thursday, which is February 15th. This living room here would actually be the potential house hack area. So this living room would just be the common area for the house hack. With the separate entrance, you definitely want to take advantage of, how you can make this work. So this area, in my opinion, would be a great kitchenette. So possibly having like a microwave, refrigerator, or a mini fridge, coffee maker, and things like that. So right there, I'm just going to pause it right here. This little area right here will be blocked off. So you would be living in the background here in that place we just toured, and the door would be blocking off the Airbnb area so that you'd be able to rent it out while you live side by side rather than an up down situation. This bedroom is really big. I think it's like a 13 by 13. I forgot what the specs were. They staged it really well. The carpet looks great, stretched out. I think it looks great. Blinds look great too. I love the beams at the top. With so much room in the bedroom, I think you can really just have that presence within the bedroom. So you might be guessing, where the heck is the bathroom for the Airbnb? And this is what's going to be required of you as the owner, is that you're going to need to see this doorway right here, and I'm about to enter it right now. This would be the potential bathroom for the place. This would be a great like couples retreat Airbnb. I would say highly suggest it to be marketed as such. I think this would be a great bathroom right here. And if you look at further on in this video, there would be, there's like water hookups, electric hookups, whatever you might need to create this as a bathroom instead of just like as a walk-in closet. But looking at it here, this is how I imagine this. This is the layout of the place. Let's go look at what it looks like prior to. Yeah, so this is like the layout as it is right now. So what we just toured was the family room here, the bedroom, and the closet. So yeah, so this bedroom is 13 by 13, family room is 13 by 16, a little bit bigger. And how I envisioned it was having it blocked off like this. This is how you would separate it, with having your own spot right here. So your living area is right there. That's your entrance going into the living room, fireplace, dining room, and into the closet, bathroom, kitchen, breakfast nook, and then going into the basement, which we haven't seen yet, but it's nothing special, to be honest. I'll post it up here anyways and talk a little bit about it, but this is the main concern. So having that separate entrance, which is what we just saw, family room, and going into that study area, which we can transfer into that or change into the kitchenette. I would highly suggest that, just so that they have some sort of kitchen space or eating area with utensils, paper plates, whatever that might be. Then going into the bedroom, I mean, it's massive. Plus the closet, it comes with it, and install the bathroom up where the closet is as well. So one more thing I want to show you guys is what that looks like. So, just to be a little bit more obvious, this yellow part would be a potential place where you would be living in, so you get the full kitchen, and the left part would be for the one bed, one bath. So you might be asking, where do you live as far as like having a bedroom for your own place? So that stairs at the beginning of the video, that leads up to the 2 bedrooms upstairs. So let's go check it out. All right, so now going into part 3, this is the backyard. It's a 2-car detached garage, which is really cool. Decent sized backyard, nothing too crazy there. And going into the basement. So going into the basement here, like I said, it's just nothing special. We have a lot of space here. There's a brand new sewer installed, or brand new, quote unquote. It was actually installed in 2019. So 2019 it was installed. We have a washer dryer down here, and this is all the hookups that the plumber was talking about. So with the proper copper wiring and all that good stuff, he said that he was able to make that bathroom work. Water heater is a little dated, and the furnace is a little dated as well, at least on first glance. So that might be something you might be able to negotiate with the sellers going forward. So now going upstairs, this is where the main entrance leads to. So from the main entrance going upstairs, to the right is the first bedroom. for your main unit, potentially if you want to live on the that one side in the gold that I was mentioning. Decent sized room, hardwood floors, and I wanted to show like how high the ceiling space is right here. So I want to say this is like 7.5 feet of clearance here, which is decent. And a lot of decent light coming in as well. And even the closet gets natural light as well. Aw, isn't that cool? So, I mean, looking at these built-in cupboards too, like right here, that little closet space that we were just talking about, and all of that is pretty neat features for the house. So, going into the main bedroom on the second floor, this is another like I forgot the specific specs, but it looks like a 12 by 12 potentially. Some decent light coming in. One thing that I do want to bring up too is that there's a lot of just two prong electrical outlets. There's no grounding prong for it. So if you have like a power strip or if you want to set up your home office or something like that, I think the electrical needs to be updated accordingly. So you might need to get some upgrades done, get a contractor quote in there, and make sure that you're very knowledgeable going forward if you wanted to purchase this property. So right there, right in front of us is the closets. Bathroom looks decent as well. A little bit better shape than what we saw on the main floor. And with this one looking pretty good and the other one looking okay, you'll have a brand new bathroom if you were to install it in that closet space on the Airbnb side. So this is like a nook reading area potentially, and some more cupboards built into the place. You can see one there, and it's staged nicely as well. So still some natural light coming in, and let's go into the backyard. Yeah, so it opens up really nice. Maybe you could put something here just to make it you know, walkable or more attractive. Maybe you can have like a patio up here if you have like a proper fence. And yeah, not too bad. There's a skylight going into the mudroom, I believe. I think that's where it goes to. All right, so this property, because it's in Denver, as of right now, the laws require you to live in the space while you operate an Airbnb. So, with you living in the right hand side and having that separate entrance for the Airbnb guests, you could potentially have a one bed, one bath studio, or I guess one bed, one bath place or unit for that Airbnb guest. So, as of right now, they're estimating about $137 per night, 76% occupancy rate. And I do calculate that into my underwriting sheets, which I will update accordingly. If I were to put in a three bed, three bath, potentially, I think you'd be able to do six guests, maybe even 7 or 8, but let's do 7. With 7 guests, 355 daily rate, 70% occupancy. That's something that we could potentially look at going forward. But yeah, this is what I'm seeing on AirDNA. So let's move over to the numbers. All right, so looking at the numbers here, let me zoom in a little bit. So right now, the listing agent is anticipating that they're going to be listing at 875. You might be able to work some things out with them, especially if this is going to be on market. Sorry, if it is off market, you might be able to work something out just because of convenience. They don't have to do the showings, they don't have to do all that good stuff, wait for the perfect person. So nonetheless, let's go right into it as if it was on market for 875. Estimated rehab cost, I'm anticipating about like 12K to set up that bathroom, like brand new bathroom, maybe even more than that, maybe like 15K just to put up a new bathroom. Hard to say, but along with that, I want to anticipate maybe like 5 to 8 grand for this one bed, one bath situation, decorations wise. Decorations, towels, linens, like keypad entry locks and all that good stuff. I would anticipate maybe like 20 grand for that rehab cost. Closing costs 5 grand. Estimate ARV. You're putting in another bathroom, so that would be a 3 bed, 3 bath instead of a 3 bed, 2 bath for this place. So going over to the down payment, let's say if you were to house hack this place and put as little money down as possible, 5%, 6.5% interest rate, 0.30 for PMI, 30 years, one payment per month. So insurance, I'm anticipating maybe 2,600 for the year. Taxes, I was anticipating about $4,000. So now we get into the numbers here of potential income. So with that number being 137 per night. So average daily rate 137 at 76% occupancy. So let's put that here. I'm anticipating 4110. And I'm just going to put 0 here for now, see what that looks like. So 4,110 for this income potential on the property. The mortgage is pretty significant. So $6,000. So even without vacancy, this is assuming that you get 100% occupancy for this place. For 100% occupancy, that's 4,110. The mortgage is about $6,000, which is pretty significant. So you might want to mitigate this a little bit more, but let's just continue on through it. So I'm anticipating vacancy to be about 70%, or sorry, occupancy to be about 70%. So I put 30% here as the vacancy. Capital expenditures and maintenance at 123. You just never know. It's good to have reserves and all that good stuff. So subtotal reserves, 1480. So all in all, even with that Airbnb and the vacancy all applied, you are looking at a mortgage of 3,000. Oh, sorry, an expense of 3,381, which is still pretty significant. However, if you were to just buy this flat out, I think it was like what, $6,000 for your mortgage, you're now taking away, what is that, $2,700 for your as income to offset that expense of $6,012, right? So let's say if you were like pretty frugal, right? Or if you were comfortable being uncomfortable, I would anticipate that you might be able to have the extra bedroom rented out as well, and at like $1,000 based on the location of it, maybe even a little bit more than that, but let's be conservative here, right? So with vacancy here, estimated rent being 5,110 now. So now you're looking at paying about $1,000 just to, just for that forced expense of you have to pay off that mortgage, right? Or just a little under $1,000. But with vacancy included, and this is pretty rough calculations because now this vacancy is also including 30% from this 1,000. That one room will have 1 month to month, or maybe even a 6 month, or even an annual lease versus like a very variable vacancy. So I would anticipate maybe 5% for that, but I'm including it here just for being conservative here, right? So before, without that extra room included, we were paying about 3,300. Now we're paying about 2,741, which is not bad. Well, I guess it is still bad, but not as bad as before. But let's say if you want to buy this place as in, or let me see here. I think you might be able to do like one of them as a master. So 1,200 and 1,000 with vacancy not being as expensive. I mean, I would anticipate maybe 5%. People might want to stay a little bit longer. So 2,200, 6,000. So now you're looking at approximately $4,000. So not any better in my opinion. So now we look into the investor space. If you want to put down like 20% on this place, interest rate is 6.5. I mean, talk to your lender about that. That might change with your investment situation. So as an investment property, you can't operate this as an Airbnb. So you're going to have 3 units. Let's say you're able to get 1,000-ish per room. Your monthly total is about 5,100 or 5,150, and with the total monthly expenses of 5,500. So this is kind of what me and my wife were going through. I mean, the numbers were not as harsh. I mean, we were under about $600 per month when we moved out of our San Diego home, and it was a 3-bed, 2-bath, and a 1-1. It was a duplex, or sorry, a 0-1. It was a studio for the other side. So anywho, you're still bleeding some money. However, this is an appreciation game. It is a solid location, solid looking property. And if you were to just upgrade the electrical, I think you can make this go a long way. I still think that these long-term rental situations, like numbers, look a little conservative. Last thing I wanted to bring up is potentially having this as a medium-term rental. I want to anticipate, I mean, I didn't do much research on this, and take this with a grain of salt, but you could definitely get more than 3,200 for this place, especially with it being a 3-bed, 2-bath place in the heart of it all, to be honest. So let's see, I want to say like $4,000 would be the grand total for the place. If you were to rent it out to a medium-term rental, maybe even a little bit more than that if they wanted to get a little bit more bougie. So now you're only taking out of pocket approximately 1,500, 1,600. And then also one last situation that I wanted to bring up too is, let's say if we were to go back to that 5% down, what was it? 41. It was like 137 times 30, and then having this as a um, having one of the bedrooms operate as a long-term rental as well, and then having 30% occupant or a vacancy. So here, that was pretty much right, right? Now let's say if we were to refinance this to like a 4.5%. Numbers I'm sure will look drastically different. So your monthly mortgage is now less than your income, which is really nice. Well, then again, you factor in vacancy here and it's still 6,800 on the place. So even with this huge loan amount, it's just so significant, right? That loan amount plus the interest rate, it's just such a big pill to swallow. So I don't know. Like I still think this is a really good property and potential location. I think this is something that you can definitely pitch as like a walkable place, especially when you have all these amenities close by, Wash Park, the restaurants, the highway being so close as well, and you're like minutes to the city. I know for me myself, I would love to live in a place like this when I have a little bit more equity or cash flow or whatever that might look like. I'm an urbanite. I like the city, and I want things to be a little bit more close together, and I don't want to drive everywhere. So this is something that I would be looking into if I wanted to stay in here long term and I was able to afford that monthly payment. So with that being said, I'm a licensed broker here in Colorado. I definitely love talking about this stuff. And if you ever want help with analyzing deals, or just need advice on the Denver market as I see it, please feel free to hit me up, call me, text me if you want to reach me. It is 720-704-3522. Look in the description as well if you want to reach me via email. Let me know if you have any other properties that you want me to do an analysis on. Glad to help in any way I can. So that being said, thanks so much.